most of you know, because you're currently patients, is we are a total wellness facility. Okay, we have medical doctors, we have physical therapists, massage therapists on staff, chiropractors, and of course myself, an athletic trainer. And my role here is I work with patients that are under the care of physical therapy, and I also work with patients that see me like for one-on-one personal training sessions. So I kind of have a dual role. So I've been here for about a year, and we just have all these services available just to help keep you at the optimal, healthy, and wellness. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about what you can expect to learn tonight. Well, we're going to talk about what is metabolism. What is it? Okay, we'll define that. What affects your metabolism, especially as a woman? It's a little bit different. There's some other things that affect us. And what can you do to improve it? A lot of people always say, oh, I have a slow metabolism. Well, maybe, maybe not, but what can you do to make your metabolism faster? And as we talk about this, we have to talk about, are the diets that you're doing making you fat? And some of you may have even heard that, but I want to talk about the science behind that, okay? So let's define, what is metabolism? So a couple definitions. All the reactions your body goes through. Pretty simple. Everything your body does. We want to take it a little bit deeper. It's the body going through chemical reactions to break down food into usable energy to keep your heart beating, your mind thinking, etc. So start to think of food as a fuel, because that's what really fuels your body, right? Don't think of food as something that you do as a social event. Start to think of it as fuel for your body. As your body breaks that down, that's what keeps your body going. That's metabolism, how fast it breaks that food down. So, if we want to talk about metabolism, we have to talk about resting metabolic rate. Resting metabolic rate, and some of you that know me have even heard me explain this. That is how many calories your body burns if you're in a comatose state. All right, so it's not fun to think about, but if you're laying in a hospital bed, how would we know how much to feed you intravenously? Well, that's something that they would measure or calculate, and they would figure that out. They want to feed you just enough to keep you alive, but not so much to make you fat while you're laying there trying to get better. Okay, so that is resting metabolic rate, the amount of calories you burn in a coma state. Resting metabolic rate can be measured or calculated, and we're actually going to calculate it today. It's not the most accurate, but it's a lot more easily available than actually having it measured. Okay. So what affects our resting metabolic rate? And I'm going to tell you what, some of these things we have a lot of control of, some of them we don't. Genetics, our age, fat-free mass, also known as muscle, calorie restriction, or a lot of diets, eating and drinking, something I love to do, and of course, our hormones. That plays a role in our metabolism. So like I said, we have control over some of these, we have more control over others, but that's what we're going to be going over tonight. So let's start with genetics. If parents are obese, the child has a 70 to 80% chance of also being obese. So, okay, how much of this is genetics, and how much of it is that it's the lifestyle of the household? There's a couple things going on. So then we can look at some studies on twins. And if we look at identical twins, they have a 60 to 70% chance of weighing the same, even if they're separated at birth. 60 to 70% chance. So even if one of the twins grows up in a healthy household where they cook, they work out, and the other twin might grow up in a household where they're not doing a lot of physical activity, they eat out a lot, they have a 60 to 70% chance of weighing the same. So that tells us, okay, you know what, genetics does play a role. Yep, you're right, but it's not everything. It's not everything. So if you're sitting there right now thinking, oh man, yeah, I got bad genes. It's not everything. You still have some control, and I ask you, you're here tonight because you're taking responsibility for your health. You obviously care about it. So you need to be the example for the rest of your family. You need to show them what you can do, even though maybe you don't have the best genetics. It's your responsibility. Be that example. It's not a death sentence. You're the one that has to show the family how you can work out, cook healthy, eat healthy, and take responsibility. So another factor of our metabolism is age. So I want to tell you about the Framingham study. Framingham, Massachusetts began a study on over 5,000 adults back in 1948. That's a lot of people to be studying for generations. They're now in their third generation. Okay? And what they have found in this ongoing study is, on average, women will gain 25 pounds between the age of 25 and 55. Okay, so now you're thinking, oh man, that's true. I gained that average 25 pounds. Okay, but let's look at what's going on. What's going on between those ages? Okay, between 25 and 55. Well, typically in that time frame, women are getting married, having kids. Maybe not in that order, but getting married, having kids. They start taking care of the kids. It's less about them, more about their family. Now it's playing with the kids, outside playing with the kids, taking the kids in the stroller, taking them in the wagon. Kids are growing up. Now there's less of that. It's more driving the kids to practice, going to recitals, going to piano, going to sports, watching sports, picking the other kid up. Oh my gosh, we forgot to eat. Let's run through McDonald's. There's this whole lifestyle change that happens between 25 and 55. Then all of a sudden the kids grow up. Now you have less responsibility. But if you've been really busy raising your family, not taking care of you, you're not in the habit of working out. You're not in the habit of cooking for you and your husband. You've lost that habit. So it's time to get the lifestyle, to change the lifestyle again. All right? So the age is going to happen. The changes that happen as a part of that, they're kind of not related. Just because you're 55 doesn't mean your lifestyle has to change. I mean, you still have control. You can still cook at home. You can still work out. The fact that you're aging and your lifestyle changes can be two separate things. Okay? So you have to take responsibility for the aging process. It's going to happen. It's happening. And it's your job to fight back. Strong women, meaning women with muscle, women that are strong, they stay young, they stay slim. Okay? It's proven fact. Studies that show it. So, as part of your responsibility, you need to exercise, eat healthy. Make sure you're taking and eating your antioxidants. And the other one that I think is real important, one of my favorite things for staying young, whenever you read an article about staying young, what does it say? Sleep, that's a good one. That's an important one. Water. And laugh. Laughter is important. So if you get home from a long day, do an inventory. Did I laugh today? And if you didn't, you better be looking on the internet for some funny pet videos or searching for something on TV, America's Family Video. You better be looking for something that's going to make you laugh. Even just a little chuckle. But find joy in that and enjoy it. So, that's age. Now, before we can talk about muscle, we got to talk about fat. Alright, I know. Gotta love it. Alright, so a couple things about fat. I hear this all the time. Oh, I've been working out. You haven't really lost any weight, but that's okay, because muscle weighs more than fat. Really? The last time I checked, 5 pounds of muscle and 5 pounds of fat both weighed 5